Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Saturday, October 12th, 2024. Back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I'm recording on my StreamYard. I'm testing my signal for my lives. I had to move my little box around, so trying to get my signal right, and I'm still looking at it and still not. I'm going to Verizon today. Soon as I get off this recording right here. But hopefully you can hear it if you can't see it. But this is an email topic from bigward@myyahoo.com. Bigward@myyahoo.com. I see some of them. I told y'all how I haven't been reading my emails lately, but sometimes I'm compelled to go check some out, and it pops out at me. And this was one of them. I haven't been receiving as much hate email lately, so I'm gonna pick back up reading my email and doing my email topics. Now, the hate mail doesn't scare me. It makes me start thinking. It takes me back to my old self. I'm still a human, and while those people are playing, I really think. See, I've seen some things that make me not take nobody for granted. So while they might be playing or just trolling, I'm seriously thinking about come seeing about you because I have seen some things that let me know people don't play. People will hurt you. So I come from a place where you got to get them before they get you. Right. So I stopped reading emails because where my mind was going for these people that was sending me these threats and these, you know, y'all know who you are and what you were sending. I was just far by coming because I can find anybody. I'm gonna leave that at that. So to keep from doing that, I just stopped reading them altogether because I am human and I have crashed out a couple times or two in my life, and I'm not proud of that. I almost didn't make it, but everybody has a breaking point, include me. Mine ain't that long, so I have a short fuse. So I try to stay to myself, stay away from around people that's playing with me, playing games, don't take life serious, think they can just pick on people and play with folks, say what they want to say, no repercussions. I ain't that type of dude. So therefore, I'm back to my email topic since it seemed like they done backed off a little bit. So it says, "What up, bro? Fan of your page. I'm gonna keep it short, but he made it long. But I got time for it. Maybe you can use this for content. Just looking for some man-to-man advice on life. I come from the streets. I'm not dumb. I get life. I understand how I feel victim to my environment. I never wanted to be a kingpin or nothing like that. I just didn't have structure as a child. So I fell into the system of street life, the girls, hustling, gambling, drinking, and drugs, etc. But man, about 8 years ago, I started leaving street life behind me at this time. I am 28 and a father of 6. So I stopped hanging out at gambling spots, the dope spot, etc. But I still side hustled, but just enough to keep bills paid because I never worked a job, didn't have no work ethic. I eventually ended up moving us to a new city, fixing my girl credit. Because I owed so much in child support, I figured let's put everything in her name. I've been with her 10 years. We got 3 kids. I felt we was committed at this point. We done made it past the bad stuff. So I hooked up with a friend of mine in real estate, paid her to overlook stuff and make fake documents because my girl never worked. Uh-oh. Eventually got us a house and thought everything was good. Sound familiar? About 3 years ago, I quit hustling and was getting closer to God. Uh-oh. You're doing the right thing. And you with somebody you met when you were doing the wrong thing. Bad recipe. You went from doing the wrong thing when you met her to now you're doing the right thing. We're going to get farther into it. I was getting closer to God and didn't want nothing to do with drugs or anything to hurt another person. So I started working at this time. I'm 33 and finally keeping a job, but the money ain't enough. My girl never worked during the relationship, but had to now to keep up with bills and car notes, etc. But once she started paying bills, she changed up, started complaining, and wasn't happy. And like females do eventually, I wasn't enough for her, which is cool now, but I can't lie. It messed me up at the time. I know. Losing my girl, being removed from my kids, being removed from a house I thought was ours, all that crushed me because I was changing my life for the better. But man, I went into a bad place for like a year. Lost jobs, gambling habit got bad, pawned my car titles, lost cars eventually. I had nothing. I was depressed, felt like a failure, and battled with myself with betrayal. I realized then 90% of the people I thought was for me was only for the money and the lifestyle I provided. Here I am, now 37, living with my sister and working as a janitor. Now I'm in a good place mentally, but I can't lie. The time away from my kids is killing me. And maybe it's my pride that I don't even attempt to get them because it's a defeated feeling sitting in a room at my sister's house trying to be a daddy. You can be a daddy anywhere, homie. Sister house, mama house, daddy house, cousin house. Kid don't care nothing about that. Long as they see you and they're there with you and we'll get to it. You be a dad anywhere. If you can get your kids, no matter where you living. They need to see you overcome some things. Because they're going to go through some challenges in life too, where everything ain't going to go in their favor. They need to know life ain't going to always be peaches and cream. They need to see that their dad is a soldier. He went through some things, he made it through, and you have some stuff to tell them about. You know life ain't going to be all peaches and cream, so what you living with your sister? Go get your kids. They need to see you overcoming. Everything ain't going to be easy. Now, I know my biggest mistake was not investing in myself first. But I was locked in on the family thing and put their needs before myself. That's what a man does. But you got to put yourself first to be able to take care of their needs. Your family's needs are the most important, but you got to put yourself first in order to be able to meet their needs. I know it's a catch-22. You got to put yourself first, but your family come first. As a man, you got to put yourself first, but your family come before you. A man's sole purpose in life is to create, provide, and protect for what he created. But he must first make sure he's straight. So therefore, it's a double-edged sword. You got to come first in order to put them first. And the starting from nothing process has been mentally and emotionally hard. I win the fight most days, but it's like I'm not gaining no progress and still searching for purpose outside of that family dynamic and being a father. just looking for advice or maybe a story on redemption from you. I don't mind you being hard in your critique, bro. Trust me, I was hard on myself. Just some content you can use to talk to dudes in my situation who makes a change for better and lose everything in the process. Great channel, bro. Much love. Appreciate you. First, let's start with this. There's the saying. The same thing it takes to get them is the same thing it takes to keep them when it comes to a woman or man in a relationship. Whatever you did to get that person, you got to keep doing that and get better at doing that. So you was in the streets, you was a hustler, you was a D-boy when you met her. As crazy as this sounds, that's what she liked. That's what she wanted. She liked Pookie and Ray Ray, and you was a Pookie and Ray Ray at the time. So you got to keep being that. So when you started changing for the good, finding God, this, that, and the other, that ain't what she signed up for. She wasn't looking for that kind of dude. You became a dude she didn't want. When she met you, you was a D-boy. She liked D-boys. Anybody out here listening right now, if you in a bad place with somebody, like you doing some wrong things, and they with you even though you doing wrong and you in the streets and you hustling or whatever, that's what they like. That's why they with you. I learned that the hard way. But as soon as you start talking about God and getting yourself together and doing the right thing, getting a job, getting out the street, this, that, and the other, becoming a better man, she didn't want a better man. She wanted the D-boy. She wanted the dude you were when she met you. That's your first mistake. Taking a D-girl, a girl, we call them dope hoes. Taking a dope hole serious. I made that mistake being the D-boy. And a big one at that. Thinking these women, these thoughts really love me. I learned later on they didn't. Same thing you just said, all the friends around you and all the this, that, and the other, really thinking them people like you. I thought they liked me. You live and you learn. You at the same age I was at. I was in my 20s. Early teens, 20s. As soon as I got out the Marines, went straight to the street. I had a little job for probably about 3-4 months, making minimum wage. At that time, minimum wage was $4.25. That wasn't gonna do it. And I was living with my mama. So that girl, I ain't gonna call her a woman, she was a girl. That girl you was with, she liked D-boys, dope men. So here you come. Same thing to take to get her, same thing to take to keep her. Whatever it was you got her with, you got to keep doing that. If you was a good church guy when you met her, you got to stay a good church guy. If you was a dope boy when you met her, you got to stay a dope boy. Crazy as it sounds, because it is crazy. Because only a crazy woman want a dope boy. She was a crazy woman. And only a crazy dude is a dope boy. You was a crazy dude. I was a crazy dude. But at some point in time, we all can change. And most people, believe it or not, will change. Because life has a way of making your ass change even if you don't want to. So now here you are deciding, not that you don't just want to live that life anymore, you realize you can't live that life forever. As a man, you wising up. Women don't wise up. Women emotional up. She's not thinking about the bigger picture like you because she's thinking about her emotion, what she want, what she like, what she feel. You thinking logically, hey, this ain't gonna, I can't stay in this lifestyle forever. I gotta find a better way out of here. I ain't gonna be here for my kids. She ain't thinking about none of that. She thinking about just for the day, how much money you got in your pocket, how much money did you give her today? So she gone now. That you done changed your life around. You're a janitor. A janitor with his freedom is better than a kingpin with 100 years. Keep that in mind. A janitor who's free is much happier than a kingpin with $100 million somewhere, but he in prison for the rest of his life. I'd rather be that janitor. Keep that in mind. When you're feeling down on yourself, feel like giving up because you just a janitor. But guess what? You're 37 years old. You're doing the right thing. God gonna help you when you do the right thing. You can go from that janitor, but you got to put in the work. You can go from that janitor to whatever you want to be. I would suggest going back, not back, but to a school, a trade school. Get you a trade, a skill. Learn some legal, because we hustle. We love to hustle. That's what I do now, hustle. So still do your side hustle, but do legal ones now. You can still side hustle, and you're going to have to in this economy. Get your side hustle on, but find some legal things that you can do, that you can sell. The dope game is the same as the legal sale game. You can find shirts, whatever. Just find something to sell, the same way you sold that other stuff. Sell some legal stuff. Cut some grass. Get a lawn care service. Find something else to do. Continue being a hustler. Don't stop being a hustler. Don't stop your side hustle, but make it legal side hustle. I do legal side hustling. This right here is a side hustle for me. I got a job. I still do this. And then I still got another side hustle. I get in my car and go do Instacart. I do personal training. If I can think of something else to do, I'm going to do that too. I'll rest when I'm dead. Now, as far as your pride and ego, not wanting to go get your kid because you live with your sister, that's a cop-out. Your kids don't care nothing about that. That's a cop-out. Go get your damn kid. If you ain't dealing with, especially if you ain't dealing with a situation where the kid's mom won't let you see him, she ain't going taking you through all that, go get your damn kid. Spend time with your kid. At your mama house, at your sister house, at your cousin house, at the homeless shelter. I don't give a damn. I didn't care nothing about that with my dad. I just wanted to see that clown and he wouldn't stop. He passed right on by me. All I wanted to do was see him. Take me to football practice. Come to the game and watch me play. I didn't care where he lived. Keep that in mind about when you sit around feeling sorry about yourself, about where you live. It's temporary. You still living. You ain't in prison. And you healthy. It's people starting over right now at 60 years old, ain't never did nothing wrong. Never been a D-boy, never been to jail, none of that. Ain't did none of the stuff me and you have done. And they're having to start over too, spelling this economy right here. Losing jobs, homeless. And ain't done nothing wrong. Ain't done none of the dirt we've done. And worse off than you and me. It's life. It happens. Get up, dust yourself off, keep moving. If you got to start over, just know you ain't the only one. I did too. And thousands and millions of whatever people around America right now having to do the same damn thing. Been on a job for 30 years and the job shut down. Now they lost scrambling trying to figure out, I've been doing this all my life. What am I going to do now? I ain't ready to retire yet. I don't have enough money to retire. But them people keep on fighting. And you're going to do the same thing. You ain't giving up. I didn't give up. Felt like it, but I didn't. Now I'm here to tell you that if you don't give up, no matter what your current situation is now, you keep, but you got to work hard. That work ethic thing got to change. It ain't coming easy. See, that's why we were in the game. I wanted it easy. Ain't nothing worth having easy. So you ain't giving up today, homie. Go get your kids, the hell with that woman, stay on your path with God, and you will eventually, because there's plenty of women out here looking for a good man. And they can't get there because they done messed up too, and men judging the hell out of them and overlooking the fact that we done messed up too. But you ain't gonna do that. But right now, focus on yourself, don't focus on the woman. You and your kids. Get it together. You already working. Put you some money. I know you're a janitor. Therefore, you're in a good position to get help with going to school. If we got no money left, Biden probably spend everything on the immigrants, the illegal immigrants. But once upon a time, you can go to school if your income was low enough, and they'll pay for it. If you don't have a GED and you need to go do that so you can go to school, I can only tell you what you can do. I can't make you do it. If you don't have a GED, go get it. If you already graduated, that's good. Go back to school. They ain't talking about no college, 4, 5 years and all that. Go get you an HVAC training, plumbing, electrician, something like that. You ain't gonna get rich at first. You're gonna probably, you'll make more than a janitor. But here's the kicker. Later on down the road, the goal with these things I'm telling you to do is going into business for yourself. So nowadays, $60,000, $70,000 ain't a lot of money. That's what you'll make as an HVAC plumber, what have you, in the beginning when you're working for somebody. The key to being a plumber in these trades is not that you're gonna be on a job working for somebody. Even on the job, you still make more than what you're making now. The key to these trades I'm telling you about is self-employment. Self-employment. I know HVAC guys making $30,000 and $40,000 a month in the summertime. Regular old black guy like me and you. HVAC, but they own it. They work for themselves. 30 to 40,000 a month in the what they call the busy season, the peak season when it's hot. But if you can make $30,000 or $40,000 a month for like 4 months, you good for the year. And then the rest of the year you're doing heat and stuff like that. But you can dilly-dally around shit. You'd have made more in a few months than the majority of America make all year. So what if you don't work the rest of the year? Boy, they ain't making no $30,000 all year long. If they do it 4 months, that's $120,000 in 4 months. My boy be taking trips and shit all year, because you can still work all year. I ain't say you ain't gonna make nothing for the rest of the year. I'm saying the peak season, you making $30,000 and $40,000 a month when it's busy, like when it's hot. Can't everybody look for somebody, especially down here in the South. If you're in the South, HVAC. You're not gonna start out making that kind of money, but you getting your experience up, and you still gonna, even when you start out, you're gonna make more than a janitor. But it's the future you looking forward to. That's the best I can tell you, homie. Be in your kid's life no matter where you live. Don't go backwards. The hell with that woman. Let her go and find her another D-boy. And eventually, you're going to find a woman that's on the same track you on if you want a woman. I ain't telling you what to do about no woman, except for right now, you ain't got time for no woman if you ain't got yourself together. Right now, you're focused on getting yourself rebuilt in a better way. And it's possible because I did it. It ain't no better than you. Get it, got it, good. Bye.